A man that won't help take things off your plate and like make life easier for you does not love you. Like, I'm tired of like people saying, oh, well, I love.
Where are the gentlemen in the UK? Genuinely, where are they? Because not an ounce of testosterone has been spotted in the UK.
There is quite literally nothing that aggravates me more than the amount of men that I see on the New York City subway that do not stop to help women.
The expectations for men in society is off the charts, while the expectation for women doesn't even come close. Modern women will continue to be disappointed until they realize that men aren't their servants.
Everyone keeps telling me that guys aren't approaching them when they go out, and only weird people talk to them, and they don't like dating apps, but they don't know what to do.
Carrying like heavy bag. And it's like, this man was watching me, full grown ass men watching me struggle.
Fellas are now starting something and they're going to be financially celibate.
Everyone keeps telling me that guys aren't approaching them when they go out, and only weird people talk to them, and they don't like dating apps, but they don't know what to do. But guys, remember that the literal chemical that makes men approach you, despite the fact that the odds are overwhelmingly against them, that you are going to reject them, is testosterone. And we are in like historically abysmal levels of testosterone across the board for men. So honestly, I think it's mostly just because they're scared. It's not you, and it's not them either. It's not their fault. I don't really have any answers, but just know not to take it personally. And really, it's not even about them, but all roads lead back to Monsanto.
I don't really see the point in a man chasing a woman. That's like chasing a bill, because when you think about it, what are you actually chasing? If a man is constantly pursuing, constantly proving, constantly paying, constantly initiating, at what point does it stop feeling like desire and start feeling like obligation? The reason why so many women are noticing men aren't approaching them anymore or as much is because they're noticing the weight of their own choices and decisions of pushing men away. At some point, men start asking themselves a simple question: why am I trying so hard to earn basic interest? Attraction shouldn't feel like a subscription service where you keep paying just to keep access. When the dynamic becomes one-sided effort, it drains respect out of the situation before it even begins. And when you repeatedly push men away, whether through unrealistic standards, constant testing, comparing them to other options, or treating interest like it's disposable, eventually men adjust. And that adjustment is happening in real time.
No shade whatsoever, but there's literally a drought of fine men. All the handsome ones have girlfriends. It's just like, damn. And there's a beautiful woman any corner, anywhere you turn. It's really easy to see a beautiful woman, or attractive women are everywhere. But a handsome 90s fine man. Sometimes you just need some eye candy, like, you just need to look at something nice and just admire it. But it's not even that. Like, what? There's a drought of fine shit. Like, I need to travel the country. No, like, I need some British shit.
I don't know when we're finally going to realize that more and more men are single because they want to be single. Because they've built up their lives. They like their day-to-day routine. They buy what they want as long as they can afford it, and they can spend as much time doing their hobbies as they want to. But what they don't want is making the mistake of sacrificing those things for something less than what they already have. And I get it, because hey, we've heard that ladies are raising the bar. They're raising their standards. But guess what, ladies? Men are doing the same.
There is quite literally nothing that aggravates me more than the amount of men that I see on the New York City subway that do not stop to help women at all. I will see women struggling with literally like 60-pound strollers. They have a baby on their arm. I will literally sit there and I'll wait and I'll be like, okay, let's see how long it's gonna be. Some man obviously has to see this lady struggle. I'm watching them looking at her. No, they don't. Why am I, the 126-pound woman, helping this woman push a 60-pound stroller up a staircase because you guys won't help her? I see girls struggling with suitcases all the time. Women struggling with groceries. Y'all just sitting around. Not all of y'all are in a rush. I don't know where y'all going. Most of y'all don't got no damn jobs. Act like a man.
First of all, it is not a man's job to automatically step in and rescue someone just because they're a woman struggling with something heavy. If someone needs help, they can ask. That's basic adult communication. Independence goes both ways. You can't demand equality and then selectively expect traditional treatment when it's convenient. Long ago, men did help automatically, But that was in a completely different social contract. Back then, men were appreciated for it, not suspected, mocked, or treated like they had an ulterior motive. Today, helping can get a man ignored, disrespected, or even accused of something. So honestly, who can blame men for pulling back? Did this woman get mad at other women who walked right past her and didn't help? Probably not. And that's the hypocrisy. If it's not a man's responsibility, then it's also not a man's fault. Strength and independence shouldn't mean men still owe me labor.
Not imagine what an actual baddie goes through on the fucking daily because I'm walking home from the gym and it's a 10-minute walk home and I've gotten honked at 3 different times. Like, I don't understand what you think you can accomplish by honking at someone in your car, so stop being a freaking creep. Thank you.
Because I'm a man, I'm not helping no woman that's not retirement age, bro. I don't care if she was stuck on the side of the road, if it was something real quick or whatever the case may be. If that woman is not of retirement age and above, I'm not helping you.
So I'm sitting at the gas station, fueling up my car as one does at the gas station if they're not there to get snacks. And I go to start my car and it won't start. That's suspicious. So I pop open the hood and I'm standing there looking inside. Now I'm just going to use my best common sense that it probably is the battery. My battery's probably dead. Contact AAA, say that I need a jump. But what is freaking bonkers to me is all of these men have come pulling up next to me, come and gone, and not one time, as I'm standing there looking like I don't know what I'm doing, as I'm looking at the engine of my car because I don't know what I'm doing. Is that the engine? Is that the freaking battery? Is that the alternator, the radiator? I don't know. Not one time has someone said, "Oh, hey, ma'am, do you need some help?" Now, maybe I feel that way because I'm privileged, but I think it's rude.
This will never get old. Many women like this feel entitled to a man's services. And the thing is, they never directly ask for help. They just expect a man to come to the rescue as if it's just expected. And what makes it even more frustrating is that this expectation is rarely communicated openly. It's not a conversation. It's not a mutual agreement. It's just silently assumed that if something goes wrong, if something is heavy, stressful, inconvenient, or dangerous, a man should automatically step in. No discussion, no appreciation, just obligation. They won't say, "Can you help me?" because in their mind, they shouldn't have to. The belief is that a real man will notice, anticipate, and act without being told. And if he doesn't, suddenly he's labeled inattentive, weak, or not masculine enough. And the best part, make a video about it trying to shame them for not running to the rescue.
I am unwell. I need immediate hangover remedies. Immediate.
If this annoys you, it's probably about you. Why is it that men have stopped approaching women completely? Because I feel like back in the 90s, early 2000s, it was so common for men to walk up to women, have a date sometimes, things like that. But that has stopped completely. So what is it, men, that made you so scared?
So it has come to my attention that the fellas are now starting something where they're saying they're going to be financially celibate, meaning that they're not going to be spending any money on a woman until marriage. Okay? This is my thing. What woman in her right mind can you actually date and not spend no money on her until y'all get married? It's like y'all are upset with women who are becoming celibate and saying, well, since y'all saying that y'all want to wait until marriage, we just ain't going to spend no money until marriage. A woman who got common sense and is not going to deal with no scrubby man, that's not going to work with. More and more, y'all come up with things to make y'allself more lonely. Y'all gonna push the male loneliness epidemic even further with that foolishness. The women are making more money now. We're more independent. We're becoming more financially stable than men. And this is not to bash men or put men down. But y'all saying y'all ain't finna spend money on women no more like that. A lot of y'all already ain't spending money on women now because you don't have it to spend. Like, in all honesty, y'all want to be lonely. Y'all want to be in a position where you walking around angry because you can't really get the attention of a woman. And until you do all of the things that a man needs to do, which is provide, protect, and lead, y'all are going to be constantly having the same issues that y'all are having regarding women. That's it, and that's all.
First off, men aren't lonely. I don't know where women get this idea from, but it's not true. And men should practice financial celibacy because out here in the dating world, money comes first to majority of women. A lot of men aren't lonely, they're selective. There's a difference. Choosing peace over chaos isn't isolation. Choosing hobbies, purpose, gym time, business, brotherhood, and self-improvement over draining dynamics isn't loneliness, it's discipline. Some people confuse not chasing with being alone, but many men are perfectly content focusing on their goals without constantly seeking validation. Silence doesn't equal suffering. Sometimes it equals clarity. And financial celibacy, that idea is really about boundaries. It's about not leading with your wallet just to gain attention. If money is the main attraction, then you're not being chosen. Your resources are. That's a dangerous foundation.
Where are all the masculine men that want to lead, protect, and take care of women? All the men that I find are hyper-feminized, and they want to be led, protected, and taken care of by a woman.
When a guy likes you, you won't want to text him. You'll be like, okay, enough. Now, the ones that you want to text, they don't like you.
Yeah, but the question is, when you do like a guy, do you actually initiate and text him back? Or do you play weird games so he doesn't know what you actually want? And the guy that you don't want to text, do you nicely reject him? Or do you keep him in this weird limbo where he doesn't know what's going on? Because that's how feelings get hurt.
Where are the real men at? Like, what happened to men? I was in a relationship for about 3 years, and now I'm single, and now I see what all the girlies be talking about. Like, these men just want princess treatment. They want to talk to you when they feel like it. They want you to text them first. They want to have small talk. They offer you nothing. They ask you what you bring to the table, and it's like, do I look like a server? Like, what happened?
It's always funny how women are always asking for a real man when they themselves aren't being real. Most of the time, when you hear a woman say she wants a real man, what she actually means is a man who does whatever she wants, whenever she wants it. The moment a man sets boundaries, says no, or refuses to play along, suddenly, by her standards, he's not a real man anymore. His masculinity gets questioned not because he failed morally, but because he stopped being useful or compliant. A real man, in that framing, isn't about character, integrity, leadership, or responsibility. It's about obedience wrapped in masculine language. Be strong, but only in ways that benefit her. Be confident, but don't challenge her. Be independent, but still revolve around her needs. So when men hear, "I want a real man," many of them don't hear standards anymore, they hear conditions. And that's exactly why more men are opting out.
Last night I went on a date, and I told the man that I was on the date with that I believe that men are a liability for women. And I gave him all the reasons why I believe that so. I also told him that I don't believe it's a woman's job as a wife to clean the house and cook because that's manual labor. I told him that there has to be a better reason for women to get married than access to intimacy because women always have access to intimacy. It doesn't matter how old we are. Even if we're unmarried, we can easily find intimacy. To summarize, I basically told this man to his face on the first date that he is useless to me unless he makes himself useful, and that he could never expect any trad wife crap from me. So why did I say these things to this man? Because as we were talking, I felt like he could handle it. He seemed emotionally mature, and it seemed like he knew who he is and what he wants. Not all men are like that, and for some men, subtlety is necessary because they get offended so easily. But this man actually agreed with me, and I feel like he took it as a challenge. And by the end of the night, I feel like he was obsessed with me. I say this to remind you that there are emotionally intelligent men who are masculine, who also adore intelligent women. These masculine men are not intimidated by intelligence, and they actually search it out because they know it will benefit their lives in the long run. If you consider yourself to be an intelligent woman, then a man like this would make a great husband for you. But it takes a lot of dating to find men like this because they're kind of rare. Until you are married, you are absolutely single, so keep dating until you find the man who loves you for the things that make you special.
A lot of men date younger women simply to avoid grown woman pressure. Like, let's be for real, a lot of men don't want to grow up. They want less accountability, and they know by being with a younger woman, they can kind of get over on her. Because a grown woman is not going to go for none of that shit. It's not always a preference, it's pressure avoidance. No, it's not that he necessarily likes younger women, he just likes less expectation, and he knows he's going to get that over there. Grown women require effort, and a lot of men aren't ready for that. Maturity filters people naturally. And no, I'm not saying that all younger women put up with shit like that, but a lot of them do. And unfortunately, a lot of these mature men, and when I say mature, I mean mature in age and age only, date these younger women for convenience and not necessarily love because they know that they can get over on you. So my beautiful young ladies, get it together, raise those motherfucking standards.
First, this whole idea of grown woman pressure is vague on purpose. No one can clearly define it, but somehow men are supposed to fear it. If pressure means constant arguing, emotional volatility, unrealistic demands, or power struggles, then yeah, that's not maturity. That's a headache. And men avoiding headaches isn't weakness, it's discernment. Then there's the accountability claim, which is honestly backwards. Men deal with accountability from childhood, performance, results, consequences. If a man fails, no one cushions the fall. Women, on the other hand, are often insulated from consequences in dating. Bad behavior gets excused as trauma, boundaries, or knowing her worth. So when she says men want less accountability, what she really means is men don't want to be blamed for everything. Men dating younger women isn't about escaping responsibility. It's about less emotional baggage and less resentment. What's really happening here is bitterness dressed up as analysis. Women like this aren't being ignored because men are intimidated. They're being ignored because they bring stress instead of peace.
Men, I have a question. How do you feel about a woman approaching you first? Like, she's interested in you and she wants to get your number and everything. How do you feel about that?
We don't care to hear it. I am actually here just to remind you guys that this is what life will be if you end up getting married or in a relationship with somebody that is so insecure that you literally can't do anything right. Everything is cheating. Everything. Keep your peace, guys. Stay away from it.
Okay, here's my 2026 strict dating program. These are the things that will get you cut. Starting off strong, if you don't send me a non-refundable deposit for my hair, my makeup, my nails, my spray tan, my outfit, babysitter, transportation to and from the date, and most importantly, my time, you're cut. That probably just eliminated over 95% of the pool. Bye. Next is if you follow half-naked women on social media, you're cut. Actually, if you have any social media, you're cut. If you talk to any of your exes in any capacity, or any girls in general, except for your sister, you're cut. If you have friends that cheat, you're cut. If you disrespect any of my friends, you're cut. If you lack emotional intelligence, you're cut. If you don't follow the sidewalk rule or open the doors for me like a gentleman, you're cut. If you sleep in, you're cut. By 8:30 a.m. Pacific, the stock market has already been open for 2 hours. If you don't have a stable job or career, you're cut. If you're broke, you're cut. If you start an argument with me while I'm out on a girls' night or on a girls' trip, you're cut. If you're negative, pessimistic, or low vibration, you're cut. If my ChatGPT doesn't like you, you're cut. If you lie even once, you're cut forever. These are just a few non-negotiables. Bye.
Holy insanity. A non-refundable deposit for hair, makeup, and a babysitter. And also a laundry list of rules to follow. I mean, what man want to sign up for this insanity? It's no wonder why many women like this are still single. Because when dating starts sounding like a contract, instead of a connection, people are going to hesitate. A first date is supposed to be about chemistry, conversation, and compatibility, not covering operating costs like it's a business transaction. And those are dating rules for 2026. Imagine what that list will look like in a few more years. If it already feels like a checklist mixed with a contract, what happens when expectations keep stacking without balance? More conditions, more requirements, more must-haves before basic respect is even established. Women like these are entitled beyond measure. It's not even just about high standards. It's the expectation that those standards should be met automatically, without question, and without equal effort in return. There's a difference between knowing your worth and assuming someone else exists to fund, fix, and fulfill your lifestyle.
You want to know why men are staying single? Because for the first time in a long time, men are not settling anymore. Men are going to go and find a woman that they know they can bring home to their mother, and she would be proud. They're going to start finding a woman that's going to love them unconditionally. They're going to start finding a woman that has her shit together, her finances together, so he's not consistently having to pay for everything. They're going to try and find a woman that is going to be able to create a safe zone in the house, and they're going to go and find a woman that is worth settling for instead of them having to bend over backwards to impress her and to change themselves to fit her standings. And when any man comes out and says that, he is called everything under the sun. But the reality of it is men setting boundaries is something women need to start getting used to.
I just got home from walking my dog, and a man while out on my walk asked me on a date. Like, he stopped me. So I had my headphones on, and he goes, "Oh, hey, sorry, excuse me. I wanted to, let you know that I think you're really beautiful and was curious, like, if you're available and would like to go on a date, like, to get dinner sometime." And I was like, "Oh, that's really kind of you. That's really sweet. But I'm not really." And he goes, "Oh, you're not available." And I said, "Well, no, I am. I'm just not in the place where I'm dating right now because I am just really busy. I just don't have the time to invest in it." And he was really kind and very respectful. Like, he was like, "Wow, I definitely respect that. Like, I totally hear you on it." And he's like, "Well, maybe sometime, like, in the future down the line." And I was like, "Yeah, if the universe ever puts us in contact again and it's the right time, like, I'm down." And then we, like, introduced ourselves and kind of went on our merry way. He wasn't creepy about it. He didn't fight back on it. He didn't linger. Like, it was really kind and respectful. And this is how men should be asking women out in 2026. You should respect women's boundaries, respect when someone says no, and still be kind and move on. You put yourself out there, which is great. It's vulnerable. It's hard. But the worst thing that someone can ever do to you is say no, and it's not going to kill you. So just be kind and be respectful. Like, this interaction was so nice. I respect that man a lot. I get a lot of kudos to the guy that worked in this white truck on the corner of a street that I'm not going to name because I'm not going to be creepy. But yeah, so cheers.
She said, "This is how men should shoot their shot at women in 2026. Not saying she's obligated to date him, but she stated how he was nice and kind and that she respected him for his approach. But I don't get the incentive here for men shooting their shot. I mean, shooting your shot is great, but getting rejected and being respected by the girl who just rejected you still leaves you alone. That's the problem. Respect without interest is meaningless. Men aren't approaching women for praise or moral points. They're approaching to actually connect. When the reward for doing everything right is just a polite nod plus rejection, it doesn't make sense to put yourself out there. And she hit the nice guy with the worst line ever. If the universe ever puts us back together, we'll see where it goes. Instead of just being honest and saying she's not interested, she left it open-ended in a way that gives him false hope. Basically, what she's saying is, "You're fine, I respect you. Your approach was good, but not good enough for me right now." Translation: he wasn't tall enough, or interesting enough, or whatever arbitrary standard she decided. Yet, she still pats him on the head with respect and praise, while denying him the very thing he risked vulnerability for, a chance with her.
Is it cheating if a man wears his wedding band? I'll tell you why it is.
I was trying to flirt with a boy, and then he told me that I am not hot enough to be this mean. And you know what? I think he might be right.
Women don't hate that they're getting older and they're losing their beauty. They hate that they wasted the best years of their life on your useless son.
Let this be a perfect example of why so many men have stopped dating altogether. We always talk about women and accountability, and at the end she says women are tired or they wasted their best years on your useless son, as if women don't make their own choices and don't hold their own accountability, and there's consequences to their actions. Additionally, the beauty standard that she's talking about is set by women to judge other women. Men are not walking around saying, oh yes, I would really love a queen with fake lashes. He would really love a queen with a BBL. The majority of men would rather a woman, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, to all the men out there, you would much rather prefer an authentic looking woman than someone who is fake and plastic to fit the beauty standards of the next woman. And that's why we have so many women walking around looking the exact same. Y'all look the exact same, carbon copies of one another. Let this video just be a perfect example of any excuse to shame men or call them crusty or useless, because I can guarantee you when you're in a relationship with useless man, he's not useless. The only time a man becomes useless is when y'all dry up his pockets or dry up his emotional well-being or dry up his self-esteem or dry up his self-worth and his self-confidence because you come home every single day to nag and complain and make him feel like shit every single day, and y'all never stop for even 2 seconds to consider that maybe he's struggling because you don't lift that man up. You just tear him down and tear him down. And when he stops being the man that you met in the beginning or the man that you want him to be, you are all confused. It is just crazy that every single time I log on to this app, there's another woman talking about a useless man. Men are losers. Men are trash. Like, we don't have a male loneliness epidemic. Men are blood. Have some freaking accountability. If you picked a useless man, that is on you. That's not on the man that you chose. Again, you chose him. So back the fuck off. Okay, bye.
Actually, it was those women who chose those men that they wasted their best years on. They ignored the good guys. Now that many of them are older, they struggle to find a good man. That's just the reality. This woman can cope and lie all she wants, but women do hate that they're getting older. Beauty is something that women obsess over, and when that starts to fade, they worry. What her and many other women do is avoid accountability. No one forced them to choose those men they keep chasing. Many of these women chase after men that don't want them, and that's where the conversation really shifts, from blaming outcomes to examining patterns. Nobody is dragged into a relationship against their will. When someone repeatedly pursues partners who show low interest, inconsistency, or clear red flags, that's not bad luck anymore. That's a pattern, and patterns require reflection.
I find it so funny whenever men think like, oh, women have equal rights as us now. Equal rights as us now, right? And so they think that in dating that they don't have to impress the woman, that the woman should impress them now, the woman should be paying for everything now, or at least like 50-50, all of that stuff, just because we're so and so equal now. But you're wrong, babes, you're wrong. Like, a woman is not gonna come up to you, especially if she knows her worth, especially if she's a bad bitch. Like, you're gonna have to go up to her, you're gonna have to impress her, you're going to be having to make her life better than it already is. Because why would a woman get with you if you're only going to drag her down and make her life miserable? If you're only going to make her quality of life worse? Because here's the thing, we still live in a patriarchy. We still live in a society where women aren't given access to reproductive care. Women basically spend more money than men on feminine hygiene products, all of the other things that we need to do in order to look presentable to the patriarchy. All of that stuff. It will never be 50-50. Because if it was truly 50-50 with finances and everything, and that's the only thing they talk about. They only talk about 50-50 stuff when it comes to finances. But they never want to talk about, oh, so I guess that woman will never give you a kid because pregnancy can never be 50-50. I guess that woman will never cook or clean for you because that's not fair. That's not 50-50 if she's doing all the house chores and the housework and the cooking and the cleaning, taking care of kids. All of that stuff. It will never truly be 50-50. If we live in a society where men are given the leg up and they are supposed to succeed more and have more opportunities more than women, and women start to outpace them, then they want to blame it on women. Then they're like, oh, these women are too independent, they're too masculine. Oh, why should I have to pay for everything? Why should I still be a masculine man if they can do all this stuff better than me? Bitch, this society was literally made for you to succeed more than women. And you're telling me that women still should be doing 50-50 with you guys? When we still live in a society that demonizes women for just fucking existing? Absolutely not, sir. That is the least that you could be doing. Paying for everything. The fuck? So I find it hilarious whenever men try to use feminism or women having equal rights as a way to now mistreat women. Like, oh, equal rights, equal fights. Oh, 50-50 with finances, but you still gotta do everything domestically a woman is meant to do. Huh? Miss me with that BS. It will never be 50-50. So don't expect to go 50-50 financially with a man unless you want him to do better than you. Love you guys.
He's gonna have to impress her, make her life better. It sounds like a one-sided relationship where one person is doing all the giving, slaving away trying to uplift the other, while the other just soaks it up. And let's be real, why would any woman actually want that? Constantly being put on a pedestal while doing very little in return isn't attractive. It's exhausting. She even says it will never be 50-50 because of the patriarchy. And as you know, many women use this as a talking point to justify their own needs and desires while ignoring the expectations they place on men. It's framed as fairness or equality, but in reality, it often just shifts the burden entirely onto men, with no accountability on their side. At the end of the day, if a man's only role is to uplift, cater, and validate, and a woman's role is only to receive and justify, it's no longer a partnership. It's emotional labor disguised as dating, and that's exactly why men are increasingly checking out of this system.
Aw, what's the matter, Pookie? Did reality just hit? Did you just realize you can't do anything a man can like you've claimed all these years? I mean, what happened to all that boss bitchery, I don't need no man, I can do it myself energy that y'all love to spout? Funny how it all goes right out the window the minute things get a teeny bit difficult. The minute men give you exactly what you wanted, exactly what you demanded. Sorry, sweetie, but we men heard you. And now we have no obligation to do a damn thing for you or any woman. And let's be honest, if any of those men had offered to help, you would be immediately attacking them and making a video about it, calling them a misogynist. You know it, I know it, everyone watching this video knows it. You're all frauds, you're all hypocrites, and you're all proof that if it wasn't for double standards, you wouldn't have any standards at all.
I agree.